So I'm taking a short break next month to catch up with family and friends. But I don't want to spend hours planning for it. And since I practically live in Notion, I just thought, why not plan it there? Places, food, evenings, everything. I knew Notion had recently upgraded to Notion 3.0, and it seemed like a perfect way to see what it does. But what happened next completely surprised me. I'm about to show you something that will transform how you will use Notion. If you've ever tried planning for something like a vacation inside of Notion, you know the drill. Start with a blank page and then create a brand new database. Add in a bunch of properties, dates, locations, budgets, activities, and maybe some tags for restaurants or evening plans. Then research the place online. Ask friends who've been there and try and put something together. It would probably take days of back and forth research, and you get what you could do on the trip. Now this works, but it takes a lot of time and patience, which I have the least of. Now with Notion 3.0, there's something new. They've quietly enhanced what's possible inside of Notion. So instead of manually building everything, you can now give Notion a single prompt and it creates databases, pulls data from the web, sets up different views, and even adds map coordinates. How cool is that? So Notion AI is no longer just a trend. Notion has built this AI capability directly into its core fabric, making it an integral part of how you can work. I can say that because you can still choose to work in the old way, but that's actually very inefficient. It's so crazy how quickly the future is coming around. Let me illustrate that in this test. So I told Notion about my upcoming short holiday and my destination being Penang in Malaysia. Notion also teased a new maps view, which they haven't released yet, but something they've never offered before. So here's what I thought. Why not ask Notion and see what happens? So I typed in exactly what I wanted: visiting times, attraction locations, so I could group nearby sites, entry fees, and Google Map links. Then I clicked generate and let Notion work its magic. So immediately you'll notice that Notion AI indicates what it's actually doing: crafting, thinking, creating a database, searching for information, and pulling out an initial set of 79 results. Did you notice that? A new database just popped up, and when I clicked on it, it shows the whole database it's just creating. And now it's encountering some kind of an error, and the database itself just got deleted all by itself. And then the database just came back by itself, and it started creating the properties and a 3-day view. So you'll see that it encounters the occasional errors that it goes back to fix for itself without any human intervention. And then it confirms what it's done. But it also indicates that the map view isn't available yet in this environment. Some people may have got an alpha, for example. And instead, it's created a placeholder property called place field. Looking deeper, you'll see that it's actually a property type that isn't available yet in the standard property list. It's asking me a set of follow-on questions. Let me reply to these as these pop up. Let's go into the database now that it's generating the list of places to visit. There you go. The data is now getting dynamically populated with zero effort from your side or from my side. Now this part would have taken hours of research to pull together. Now I've actually been to Penang multiple times, so I know these places. And my wife and in-laws, they've lived in Penang for many years, and they've confirmed the authenticity of these places that this AI has generated. Just look at the incredible amount of detail that's added in, with website names, notes on why it's a place you might consider visiting, what's the best time to go there, and what would it cost in terms of an entry fee. My God, this would save me plenty of time if I did that on a location that I've never visited before. Now, time to ask it another question. I want the Google Map links to be added to this now. Oh, the property just popped up, and you can see the Google Maps links magically pop up. This is crazy. Just this step alone would have been so painful to update. So I could actually be away on a coffee break during the time this thing is working. Notice how Notion AI asks a question about the place ID that needs refinement. Let's allow it to complete the process. So I can't really make out what it's changed exactly. Everything seems to be the same as before. So here's the thing. While I visit for 3 days, the morning of the first day and the evening of the last day is actually washed out. So I'm asking it to change its suggestions on what places it recommends for me to visit. So sometimes it makes a mistake, and while it seems to have gone through, you can't actually see it in the database. Let's fix that. Okay, now you can see that it's added 2 properties, day and order. So while the system is doing its job, let's make sure that the properties are wrapped to see the info. You can add additional information it's obviously missing. Let's add shopping malls and restaurants. So I can specify cuisine preferences. Like I said, I'm vegetarian and I like to eat Indian food, and it takes that into consideration. So while that appears simple, it's actually quite complex work. Mapping specific locations and filtering all options based on my personal quirky preferences. It does take a bit of time, but it starts popping the entries one by one. And while it's at it, it tells you what it's added. So here we go, the restaurants are popping up as well. The great thing is, it has the area baked in. So now you can sort by that and visit them in a certain sequence. Okay, and of course, it's confirmed that it's finished its task. And it tells you its pick for the restaurant of choice. So let's try and add some additional views with just the prompt. It'll save us the hassle of multiple clicks. So here's the thing, right? Night markets are popular in this part of the world, and I asked for information regarding that as well. So finally, you can see the amount of detail it's been able to put together in such a short period of time. So while it did a great job with the rest of the information, it did struggle to update Google Maps information for restaurants and the shopping malls. And even after giving it repeated prompts on the topic, it did struggle a bit for this one. But I did test the links, the Google Map links, on the ones that it's created, and those were really accurate. And the place property did get created, but nothing really got populated in there. So I tried my luck and asked it to populate the latitude and longitude information, which it really couldn't do, but it does promise that it would do so later. But that later never came. I did fix it later, one by one, and while I didn't record that process, we're finally good. So a lot of people ask me, is Notion AI really worth paying for? And my answer is, if you use Notion even a little bit, yes, it's absolutely worth it. And it's not just about writing better text anymore. It helps you build, plan, structure, and automate things in a way that saves you hours. Even this year's planner you saw, I could never have built it this fast by hand. So if you're already living inside Notion, just like I do, this upgrade is a no-brainer. Now there's this other question. Do I still need ChatGPT now that Notion AI can do so much? So here's the truth. Notion AI is amazing inside of Notion, but ChatGPT goes wider, deeper. It helps me with research, writing ideas, content outlines, responding to emails, thinking through problems, even scripting a part of this video, sometimes. So I use both. And yeah, it adds up cost-wise, but the time they save is worth every bit of it.